Hi, Rose Reporter readers. Today, I'm here with the iconic Olivia Newton-John. She starred in one of the most successful movies of all time and has sold over 100 million records. Hi, Miss Newton-John. It's great to meet you.
Lovely to meet you, darling. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, thanks, sweetie.
You've had such a long and successful career. What is your proudest professional moment?
Proudest professional moment. I've had a lot of them, but I think one of them would be when I sang at the Olympic Games in Australia in 2000, because I'm an Aussie, and so I was proud to represent my country and sing a song at the opening of the Olympics. It was a huge honour.
That sounds very proud.
I was, yeah. I am.
Yes. And what is the most valuable lesson you've learned throughout your career?
I think being myself and as a singer, working hard, of course, and being true to myself and maintaining my own style and not copying anybody else and finding my own path, just like you're doing now.
Thank you. That's like one of the number one things.
Absolutely, yeah. What is one of the number one things?
Hard work and determination and being yourself, like you said.
That's it.
You have a new CD out called Live On, and I understand the CD is meant to comfort people through the power of music. Can you tell me how that came about?
Yes, well, it came about through something sad, but I always think that wonderful things come out of bad things. And I lost my sister 4 years ago. She died of cancer, and it was a very difficult time for me. But I always heal myself with music. So I wrote a song about her and for her. And I asked one of my friends, who's a singer, Amy Sky, if she would help me finish the song. Excuse me. And she had lost her mother the year before, so we were talking about the fact how difficult it is when you're going through grief and loss, and that there really isn't a lot of music for people who are going through grief and loss. So we asked another friend of ours, Beth Nelson Chapman, who's a singer from Nashville, who had lost her husband 14 years before that and had written a song and some music about that grief that she was going through, if she'd join us. And we wrote a whole album about the process of when you lose somebody or something. It could be your pet, it could be a friendship, it could be moving house, it could be, someone that's died in your family, like a grandparent for children very often. And the feelings that you go through are very normal, but people don't talk about them between each other enough. And so we thought if we could sing songs about it and let people know they're not alone. And so we recorded these songs to make people feel better and not alone.
I'm very sorry about your sister.
Thank you, sweetie. You're very nice.
And I think that'll really help people, make them feel better if they're not alone about it.
I think so too, yeah. It has been getting very nice reaction from people. They say that it has given them some comfort, so it's been good.
Yes. And can you tell me something about yourself hardly anyone else knows?
Gosh, I don't think I'd want to say those things. Let me think. What doesn't... I think people know most things about me, unfortunately. Help, Martha. I don't know. I love animals. I love to... I know what people probably don't know. I like to muck out a stable. Do you know what that means?
No.
Okay, it sounds weird, but I like to go down and clean out all the horse poop and clean up the yard and do those kind of very normal things that you do when you have animals. And I love to feed my chickens and you change their water and do all the things like a daily routine with my animals. I love to do those things.
That sounds very fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
And you starred in one of the most famous movies of all time. And can you tell us some of your favorite movie musicals?
Yes, when I was a little girl, I loved musicals. So I went to see, South Pacific was my favorite when I was a little girl. I went to see that maybe 3 times. I loved the music from South Pacific. And Tom Thumb, which was a movie that was out when I was a little girl also. I love all the musicals, and I love to see the old ones on television when they come on, ones with Gene Kelly and Fred Astaire and people like that.
Matilda's a very good musical.
Which one?
Matilda.
Matilda. I don't think I've seen that. I'll have to see that.
It's very good. And I always have my interviews with the question, what is your favorite meal and dessert?
My favorite meal is a roast lunch, because in Australia when I grew up and in England on Sunday you'd always have a roast dinner. They call it a roast dinner. And you'd get together with your friends, and it would be roast chicken or lamb or beef or whatever your preference is. But what I really like are the vegetables because they're really crunchy. Have you had roast potatoes?
I might have. I'm not sure.
Okay, I have to tell your mum how to do them. But they are delicious, and lots and lots of vegetables and gravy. And, yeah, I think a roast is my favourite. And for dessert, I have a bunch of favourites, but I do love pavlova. It's an Australian dessert, and it's meringue, like a meringue base, and you put cream and fruit, strawberries and blueberries in the middle. It's really good.
It sounds very good. Is it like a pie?
It's kind of like a, hold on, what would you have here in America? I don't know if anything similar. The meringue, you know what a meringue is? It's kind of egg white, and in the middle it's crunchy, and it's sweet. It's very, very sweet, but it's very good, and lots of cream and fruit.
It sounds very yummy. And thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, lovely. It was lovely to meet you.
It was great to meet you too.
Yeah, thank you. Good luck with your show.
Thank you.